Well, it's Bill Kahlo 4x4 van out here at van headquarters today. Nice day before Father's Day weekend. Watering the gardens and taking care of some chores out here. As you can see, Serenity is not here. She went into the shop right when we got back from the expo. The new mechanic number 3. Hopefully, I think we've got a good one this time though. And he had an opening right when we got back, so we put her in. She's getting clutch slave cylinder replaced. This was worn out and leaking when I got the truck, so I'm getting that replaced with a new one. Got a picture here. The oil pressure sender was flaking out. It happened the first time driving back from Houston, where all of a sudden it would drop to 0 and I had a heart attack pulling over the side of the road. But turned out that was just the senders fail after a certain amount of time, and fairly common problem, so, and not an expensive part, so got that to be replaced. The engine motor brake, which is it's not a Jake brake, it's a motor brake. It has a switch on the dash to turn on and off, and a butterfly on by the turbo to brake the engine. Wasn't working coming back from the expo, so he tore into that, and the working cylinder for that was seized up. And rather than rebuild that, I found a new cylinder, and that's on the way. And while he was into that, he noticed the turbo seals were leaking, burning a little bit of oil there, and I knew it was burning a little bit. Wasn't too bad, but there was a little bit of play on the internals of the turbo, so I've got a new turbo coming. Got a good deal on a new one, really good deal. And that's on the way, so we're going to just replace the turbo with a brand new one. So those things are being done. Should be back to me by July 1st. And then we've got some trips coming up. A couple of quick overnighters at the first 2 weekends of July, and then we're going to be gone for a longer trip beginning the 19th of July out to Utah for about 10-12 days. So half work, half play. So, but the whole family's going, and so that should be fun. I'll have a video up for that when we get back. One of the things I'm going to do when I get Serenity back, here's the new tires for Serenity. They're 395/85 R20s, brand new, never been mounted. Got a good deal on those, so I'm going to have those to put on. I've also got a couple of outdoor storage boxes here that I hope to get on before we go, because that'd be a great place to store tools and parts and other things, so I don't have to keep them in our bathroom, which soon will no longer be available. This both from the same guy, and I also got 4 snow chains from him for a great price too. Don't know when I'll use those, but they'll be good to have. So doing all that when it gets back, and we'll be out on the road again in July. Just got finished with a 4 or 5 days right here. Was Everlander's big truck. They were here for 4 or 5 days on their way back to Canada, and they rebuilt added onto their battery bank. Went from 8 cells to 20 cells, lithium cells. So they now have, I believe, 11 kilowatts of battery reserve. Amazing. Got a picture here. It doesn't really do it justice though, because it really is amazing. They left me their old box that had 8 cells in it, in case I want to upgrade at some point. And I guess this has a built-in heat pad in there also for warming up the batteries on those cold days. As far as the next big internal changes to Serenity, plumbing is the next big thing. The bathroom I want to get done. Here's the gray tank that I'm going to use, that I'm going to put in one of those outdoor storage boxes. Got my shower pan here. All my fittings are here. All the other parts and pieces are in here. So I just need to get that installed. I temporarily have a hose outlet underneath our sink that goes out onto the ground, which is fine for most gray water, but if you do get in somewhere where that's not allowed, it's nice to have at least a day or 2 of storage in there, so you can get by with that. Here are the 2 pieces of granite, one for the step into the shower area, And this bigger piece is for the shelf I'm going to build inside the shower, down at the bottom. So those two pieces are ready. Got my pan, tank, the drain pipe, all the fittings. So I've got all the stuff. I just need to get the truck back and be able to work on it for a few days. And that's the update for here from van headquarters. The van is here, looking lonely. I have had her out driving around. We haven't had her out camping, mainly because we've been so busy this month. We really went all in to go to the expo and take that biggest part of a week off. So, but also because most of our day-to-day camping gear that is in the van usually is now in Serenity. All of our cooking gear, bedding, all that type of stuff. So she's really not equipped right now to go out camping unless it's overnight and I use a sleeping bag or something in there. I could probably rough it, but not really equipped for the family to go. But she has been out driving around and gotten out a little bit, so nothing to worry there. But yep, excited for the next round of upgrades, especially since Jason and Kara were here upgrading their rig, did a handful of projects, and had me envious that I couldn't be working on mine. But that's the way it goes. Soon, very soon. So I'll have an update for you soon with the new, showing you some of the new upgrades that we've done. Until next time.
Simply suggested.